Welcome to the other world. It's in space. In this headspace, we find our beloved sister Mari with her iconic picnic and space tube food. Right next to the picnic is a mirror. And right next to the mirror is a wanted poster. Where the fiend is, oh, he's right here. We decide to engage in battle with this fiend who's on the run. It's not said here, but his name's Pluto, as in the dog. Anyways, Pluto is a real pain in the dick if you fight him like any of the rabbits from earlier. You need to strategize a bit and make sure you're mentally one step ahead since... Yeesh. Pluto is pretty much this game's version that Chris listed in Dark Souls 3. Wait, what the hell? Personally, my strategy is just to have Hero use Jax to slow and pepper him while laying into one of his arms while watching your own health. Preferably Omori or Kel heal since they act first. Because if you don't, you'll end up in a situation that's preferable if you like having your balls smashed on a pipe. It doesn't make sense now, but the emotions best used are a mix of being happy and angry, and him being the opposite. Aubrey being mad while Kel and Omori are happy works since for some reason he will rarely target Hero. It's gotta be his charm. His theme, the vengeance for those forgotten in darkness, is such an equally cool and ridiculously over-the-top name for a track that is really damn good. It sounds like you're fighting this larger-than-life dumbass who just laughs anything off. Wait, that's literally him. Look at this asshole. We beat him, albeit not easily, and watch him go to super space. Before we continue, I know someone will say Pluto's track's only pretty cool. I'm going to remind you in advance that I'm sorry.
I'm very sorry and I apologize for the inconvenience of me not giving a fuck what you think.
Basically, you ain't heard nothing yet because we're only on the tip of this iceberg of great tracks. Up ahead is the music machine. Actually, it's the recycling. Oh my god, shut up! You're a coward if you skip it. At the top is a space park guy who talks about Captain Space Boyfriend like a fallen king and hates taking care of him. The gang feels sympathetic and says they'll help with a chance that he might know where Basil or Hector is. Before we go, the guy tells us that he has two sides to him. Space Boyfriend can be your angle or your deviation. In the bed at the top lies the big man himself. Kel's a direct descendant of Dracula as
"This shit ain't nothing to me, man,"
and just jumps on him to wake him up. He awakes and talks about his precious sweetheart. He's sad as hell over his sweetheart running off somewhere, most likely being a lover of some sort with a nickname like that. A grunt walks in and tries to calm him down by playing his cassette tape, but it ain't there. The guy explains that he and his sweetheart made the tape and we need to find it. We agree to help him look for it, and the grunt shows us the special walkway to the Omega Hell Zone and gives us the junkyard key with the suspicion that the tape was thrown out. Inside walkway is a lot of plants in the earth which we can touch and then fight. Damn. Underleveled. This was a bit difficult. The special gimmick of the earth is that it makes you sad, and it doesn't really do much. It just has a lot of health. So, towards the end of the short bridge are two grunts talking about how Pluto is missing and Space Boyfriend will be pissed off that his favorite planet is gone, but reassure themselves that they'll stick together because they're great pals. Nothing important, I just like these two a lot. Mwah. Ahead is a junkyard. Here's my written consent that a cheap Danny DeVille joke won't appear here, I promise. Welcome to the junkyard. It's a yard with junk. The name very obviously deviates from the yard being filled with junk. Going forward, Kel starts to look immediately. Just not for the tape, but instead anything shiny. A true usurper of the Mind Goblin throne. After walking a bit, we find a huge block. Breaking news! Male wife corny as hell! Aubrey shows us the tag feature and breaks the block. With the tag feature, we can swap characters. Omori slashes, Aubrey smashes, Kel shoots hoops, and Why am I like this? My leg's right next to the microphone and I'm itching my leg. Omori slashes, Aubrey smashes, Kel shoots hoops, and Hero chose cult leader New Vegas. He can convince anybody damn near anything, from robots to ask them to go backwards to shops to lower their prices like... Yo man, give me the money. Wait, is that the Shinzo Abe gun? Dude, it's a lot. Honestly, Hero's skill steals the show as it can do either the most used or the least used skill, depending on if you remember his busted ability. It's a nice dynamic the others don't have.
What am I doing?
0.1 off the game score. Also, small detail, but if your leader is, let's say, Aubrey, it'll change from Omori's party that was victorious to Aubrey's party that was victorious when you win a fight. Small details, but small details are my favorite things. Ahead as a robot, we need to move backwards. Kel tries his charisma and... it's definitely an effort. Hero steps in and becomes Wizard of Oz, Grizzly Bear, Riz Rapscallion.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, he becomes a Riz Rapscallion. God damn it! Walking around is... the Life Jam guy. This monster is unlike anything we have ever seen. A creature told about in myths and legends for its fierce power. This psycho kills everyone except Omori as his grace is saving. He gives us Life Jam, which resurrects the dead and forces us to slather jam on our friends' mutilated bodies. Afterwards, we gotta get away, Jesus. Picking up a key, we can open a locked gate. Inside the trash heap is another photo of someone familiar. Must be famous. Or infamous. Walking out, oh, it's time. Hit it! That's not really
do you want me to
energy.
change? I can
forget about it. Omori's battle mechanics are simple but new in great ways. You have attacks, skills, snacks, and toys. Attack does a simple attack, but skills are unique to each character, like Hero being all healing while Aubrey is tanking hits for the team, all while using juice. How do we get juice back? Snacks heal juice, health, and the toys are little attacks, mostly used for changing emotions and stat downs. Speaking of emotions, that's what makes them more unique. You have 3 different emotions you can gain and inflict that stack twice or 3 times if it's Omori. Happiness, anger, and sadness. Happiness makes you faster than God, but being fast also means you won't hit people as easily. But when you do hit someone... by God, the critical chance is high. Being angry makes you take more damage and do a lot more damage. Sadness increases defense and makes you take juice damage. Not the greatest, but it has its uses. Now, if this were the base, it'd be boring, and you'd always choose angry more than likely. What really makes this cool is that it's like rock, paper, scissors. If you're angry, you'll take more damage from happy people and deal more damage to sad people. It's a nice system that can change the flow of battle in an instant, making you re-strategize. You can't just spam the same broken attack combo over and over again. Yet. I know other games have similar systems, but let me dick ride. It makes it better that stats are boosted the more you stack it. If you go from happy to ecstatic, you'll dodge more, miss more, and crit more. Omori truly strides in the way of battle, as he can stack 3 times and become something intense like manic or furious, which can just ruin some poor sap's day. The final unique thing to Omori's fighting is energy. See this bar at the bottom we caged earlier? When you take damage, it will fill to a max of 10. You use it by attacking and pressing a directional key, which will use 3 energy but will do a follow-up that changes based on who's attacking and what button you pressed. Kel uses his basketballs where he can pass to Omori, which kinda stinks. Pass to Aubrey where she hits the ball and says, and Hero's passes. Aubrey can look at everyone with different reactions depending on who she looks at. Looking at Omori has her text him I love you with him just leaving her on red, apparently giving her the motivation to attack again. Looking at Kel just pisses her off to angry status. Looking at Hero tell her not to be dog ass at games, making her happy while raising defense. Hero's simple where he'll just heal whoever he calls on and they'll attack again. Now you may wonder why I didn't start with Omori first. He's the star of the show after all. Well, you aren't wrong, that's precisely why I saved the best for last. He has attack again, which I don't know what that does. Trip, which deals a little damage and reduces an enemy's accuracy. And finally, release energy. Finally, we'll quickly go over the basic bits. There are stats, weapons, and equipment, which are called charms. Stats do what they say, make you better at everything like more health, damage, yada yada. Weapons and equipment increase damage in various stats, with some promoting various styles like being speedy as hell and gambling. All in all, it's compact, easy to understand, and most importantly, it's fun but not busted. Yet. On that later. Anyways, our travel is a hangout spot under the moon. Wrong, the answer is actually, it's a Germa reference. Continuing forward is a D key. Huh. I guess this is part of the puzzle. Up ahead is a large block of cheese, like at least 2 servings of sharp shredded cheese is scrapped together in one mass. Aubrey can't smash it, so Hero calls a friend. This is EMS. EMS? Whatever, it's friggin' hand, so it should be considered an eldritch entity. Jesus, where did the cheese go? A person who has every right to say this is weird walks away after witnessing the Devourer of Gods appear. Following this person, we find that they found the tape. They proclaim that she, Rosa, is now the ultimate Sweetheart fan as they found the one tape no other has pertaining to Sweetheart. The gang overhears this and tries to take it. Kel decides that we'll do as the Chicagoan do and take it by force while we run and gun her down for it. Like the colonists in the Battle of Bunker Hill, Rosa sees this as dangerous as hell and GTFO's out of here. We chase her down for the tape as she insults us while being the one to run away. Hypocrisy. Yeah, but that music though. Also, Mari's somehow here. Genuine question, how does she get everywhere so fast and before us? Does the picnic wrap her up and just fly? Up ahead is Rosa, who is eerily still, as if she stopped breathing. This is a surprise boss, the Peter alert. Just kidding, we do little goose in the Free Guild channel. Download window is a boss that doesn't do much but download a big attack. Once that attack is fully downloaded though, oh boy, it's very underwhelming. The fight is just attacking really. Only challenge is watching out for your health, but not like other bosses where you have to swap out your tactics to heal, but the healing is just more kind of like part of it.
Michael, don't leave me here.
But what's not underwhelming is its theme, Chaos Assembly. It sounds like old ass computers remixed with a little of the future to basically say, God help you because you're finding a virus you got off the LimeWire on the family computer. But what ties it up is that chorus. God damn, that chorus hits different every time. After we beat the Trojan Fires, we use our Oblivion sneak skill we did not earn and steal a tape from Rosa. After we do that, Kel proclaims the ancient text of Finders Keepers and says we're going to give it back to Space Boyfriend. Rosa finds irony in this as he really isn't much of a boyfriend anymore, which she says is from her source of just trust me bro, and that's why the tape's here. Considering how Space Boyfriend is now, it makes sense. One can only imagine what he'd be like with the tape again. Rosa says, and leads us up to our own devices. Leaving the scrap heap is Pluto, who is running from the pirates. His, and I quote, gigantic, well-defined arms and legs start giving out, and he asks us for help. Hero stares like a buffoon while Kel immediately takes to action and makes a plan. Now guess where Pluto is hiding? No, not there. Or there. He's actually here with a pot on his head. Wait, I can't make that joke anymore. After hopping out, he thanks us and explains... After hopping out, he thanks us and explains how he's a rogue planet and his soul yearns to explore the stars. For freedom! This speech brings Kel and Aubrey to tears as it's just raw emotion from his heart. To both help us and explore the galaxy, he starts up his space line service and takes us back to the camp.
Greetings from Pluto's space line! Where would you like to go today, young travelers? I'm ready to go to Omori's picnic.
Everybody gets strapped in except for Kel, who holds on for dear life on his foot. After the ride, Pluto acknowledges Kel's strength and teaches him how to flex. The first part making a nuclear bomb. The second was a skill run and gun. Flexing makes Kel faster and deal 2.5 times more damage and have a 1000% accuracy increase. Good buff, real helper. Now pair this with run and gun, which deals damage based on how much speed you have. On the speediest character, with the ability to drink coffee and put more items on him to increase his speed. It's absurdly easy to accidentally dish out a fat 2000 damage in the endgame. It's essentially the tiger drop to the Cosmo Kiryu. Okay, so imagine you're a boss who's showing up, right? And you're ready to fight these toddlers that just walk up, but one has a fat man. I'd cry. Going back to the space dude who has It's Complicated as his relationship status on Facebook, we explained that the tape was thrown away because they broke up, and we decided to do it again. If Kel hadn't grabbed it and put it in the boombox. His base boyfriend sure does wakey wakey, but he doesn't bake any eggs. This is Spaceboy friend. His theme, godly. His fight, godly. His stance, godly. His fight, still an intense space song that's sick as hell that really sells the space pirate captain part of the fight. You're fighting the top of the top rank and he makes sure you know by song start alone, which sounds like something charging. Something that will decimate you. Something that will drill into your skull that you were wrong. Go back. Fun fact, this is the same melody as the mixtape here. The fight is simple, but don't take that as the fight being easy, as this is essentially the first level check of the game and you do not want to dick around. Even at the right level, you will get Murderthon 5000. Near the beginning, his gimmick is singing a sad song, but this rarely happens as you'll do enough damage to usually skip this part. It feels like this should have mixed in with his next gimmick, which is getting pissed off fast, and even more so the longer the fight goes on, but stopping his singing. It could have been a way to show a space boyfriend trying to calm himself down, even if it's in a madness, sadness induced state. Oh well. Considering he has a lot of health to counter the defense decrease, he is essentially buffing himself. It ain't just a gameplay thing, but also a story thing. He's pissed off, and just think about Sweetheart is making him angry, with us not really helping out. We are the people that brought the tape back, that reminded him why he's so sad and that reminded him why he's so sad and he's so pissed off.
This is a Super Saiyan. And this is what is known as a Super Saiyan that has ascended past a Super Saiyan.
Happiness counters all this, so do T-Thick. After we kick his dog ass, he regains his angle side and apologizes as he explains how after Sweetheart left him, he started to lose control of his emotions. He learns Pluto escaped and is fine with it. No beating the guards, but just a calm attitude and let's go of him. He and his crew go out to get snow cones to feel better. Not before he asks if he knows where Basil and Hector are. He hasn't, which brings Aubrey to tears. Spaceboy feels bad, so he gives us a snow cone ticket and a train pass as snow cones make everything better. Spaceboy wishes us luck and leaves as an E-key appears on his bed. Nine keys left. We can stick our hand down the hole and feel a cool breeze from it. From now on, we can start interacting with the keyholes if they're part of the puzzle. Before we continue, we have the tag feature now, so let's see what the gang plays on piano. And Hero plays a beautiful piece that isn't anywhere else in the game.
Oh, that's that good shit.
And finally, Omori plays white space and it messes up in what the wiki calls a fit of rage. Yeah, okay. Going back to Mario, we discussed our findings of nothing.
Get the hell out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Okay. Get out! Get out!
As the gang enthusiastically tells her about the things we found, like Aubrey's snow cone ticket and Kel's portable nuke button. But still no bagel. Rating Otherworld, it'd be a nice ranking of the highest A tier. Is it even fair? Overworld was great, yes, but compared to this, there isn't any competition. The color schemes of purple and the wonderful music makes a nice vibe. The areas are unique and interesting, like the giant TV or the entirety of the junkyard being the second best junkyard in any game I've ever played. The download window or the hub area having Pluto is just great extra content which adds more to this weird world. Even the admittedly boring boss of the earth is still fun to toy around with. It has freshly cooked turkey for God's sake.
Chef Boyardee. Boy, this stuff is good.
This is without even mentioning the big boss, which, goddamn, what a killer first boss. He ain't a pushover and his theme rocks alongside him. If I can dick ride the A tier this hard, just wait till I get to S tier, or the lower tiers. Anyways, heading back to the flag, we can see that shadow that looks like Basil again.
Wanna take a pic with Cardi B.
Following it, we end up in a field, and most importantly, alone. Around here are items that seem to represent memories. Following the stranger around, we found a barn. Inside is a mirror, and once we get into it, a black staircase that feels like it goes on forever. At the top is an F key, which has no importance. A picture of a happy family and sheet music with a note scribbled out. Once we leave, back in white space, nothing has changed. Considering what happened last time. Waking up, we're sunny again and have a new message from Mom.
Alright guys, look at the blackjack with a man in this shark. And the shark man, he play blackjack. It's pretty cool. Right, I think I'm gonna hit. Oh, he hit. Alright. Let's hit again, right? I'm hit one more time, blessed.
After the call, we hear knocking. Before we go and answer the door, we gotta brush our teeth first, since we gotta keep our pearly whites with today's sponsor, Colgate.
I saw a guy do this in a toothpaste ad once. Ta-da!
Walking to the door, we hear someone say our name, wondering if we're here. It says he's Kel, but the night before, we braven up and go to the door. Opening the door. It's actually Kel, but bigger. Kel's surprised we came out and didn't really have a plan, but quickly goes and says we should go to hobbies. We saw off in a world unlike the past couple of hours. It's real. Cars and trucks are driving by, houses everywhere, grass and flowers sprouting up, and real people. Not a single thing is imaginary. Kinda. This is Faraway Town, also known as my favorite section in the game. Whether it's just sitting around with our main man Kel or the story that plays out here, it's just perfect. I love it so much that we're already putting on the ranking chart. Now, it's not really fair as this section has the most time in the entire game, but what can you do?
What can you do?
Just for a second, enjoy the sounds of sitting around with the noise. Really soak it all up. What's that noise? I couldn't make this video without me, unfortunately, mentioning the god damn Kel burger meme.
Yeah!
It's the equivalent of Sans being reduced to, hey kid, instead of any character he has. No more burger. Walk up to hobbies, wait a second.
I found you, Faker. Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here.
Inside, Kel tells us about the Sweetheart movies and Captain Spaceboy comics still being here just like old times. What does this signify? If you don't see it now, we'll shed some light on it later. Anyways, Kel says we have to get Hero a present since he's coming down to visit from college soon, so we gotta get him a present. We can find things like a poster that looks very realistic. An easy fight, but it seems we're just spacing out. Next to the poster is an old book Hero used to have before their dog Hector destroyed it. Looking at the price, Kel claims extortion at the $20 price tag and we have to pay for it as he left his wallet at home. We'll get the money back soon, don't worry. After Kel talks to the shopkeeper about the book, we buy it alongside a new pet rock. Kel's surprised we got it and reminisces about the times he and Sunny played together. He challenges us and we get to clashing. Rock, paper, scissors is a game and Kel is a difficult first battle. What am I kidding? Him Pluto get curb stomped. Kel inherits Hero's NPC talk and tells us to equip it as a charm to be able to fight other champions. For this video, I will not do everything in Faraway Town like all the side quests or all of Pet Rock. It's long enough what I'm doing already, like, Jesus Christ, and the extra fluff isn't needed. I've done the side quests already and only one is of any real importance. So if you're still here and you haven't played the game yet, audience member in 7th seat of row 9, you'll still have things to explore and find out if you play the game. Anyways, we walk out of the shop and decide to go to the park because it sounds fun. And he's right, that does sound fun.
Get a job, you fucking homeless bitch.
Speaking of jobs, Faraway Town has 5 jobs you can do for money.
Who the fuck are you talking to?
There's Fix It or the true name Bernard's where you can save big money. You have a sorting game here where you have to put the right parts in the right areas. Quick, simple, easy. Next up is Pest Extermination where Sunny kills flies and gets really angry. What a damn monster. Quick, simple, and it becomes a little bit of a trend here. There are 2 jobs that are essentially identical, math tutor and English tutor. You help 2 kids with their homework and it's really simple. It's easy questions that require at least like a 7th or 6th grader knowledge level. Moving on to trend ends. Kinda. If your handwriting is bad, it's fine, but if not, then you'll have trouble deciphering this. But you deliver pizzas and get money, easy as. Anyways, back to Fix It. I think my dad shops here. Okay, see, the joke is, at the back of the store is a greenhouse with 2 people. It's Basil and Aubrey, but in color! Or so I thought. Head to the park, finally. We see someone arguing with someone to get something back, and Kel realizes that, wait a minute! Kel, being the embodiment of Chad Thundercock, steps in to stop them from bullying Basil. The bully named Kim gets into an argument with Kel to go away, which attracts the rest of the gang. Ain't she familiar? This is Aubrey, and from the looks of it, is the leader of the gang. Hearing Aubrey speak, we get a crucial plot point. Sunny hasn't left his house in 4 years. It's why Kel and Aubrey look so different. It explains why Basil has become more skittish probably. And to top it all off, Aubrey's a bully leader. Kel says fit to do something which prompts Aubrey to pick a 2v1 against us. We just met Aubrey again and we already had to fight her, and to accompany her is the theme Just Leave Me Alone. The name goes for Aubrey obviously, but the song itself? Definitely Sunny's perspective. This song is chaotic, a mess, and a panic all at once. And I love it. Sunny has gone outside for the first time in 4 years and so much has happened in that span. Kel's gotten bigger, Basil's older and scared, and Aubrey looks and acts so much different and has a new group who's picking a fight with you. Our old friend now hates us enough to fight us over anything else. She's nothing like the Aubrey we know and it's terrifying. She went from this loving little girl who's a bit stubborn to this terrifying person who barely resembles the person we knew. The song itself is 30 seconds as Sunny gets ready to shank a bitch. Her gang helps her get away as she's bleeding from unknown circumstances. Kel is thankful we had our knife before realizing that, wait, we have a knife, which is dangerous. Are you lonely? Kel says Aubrey's changed, and yeah, she has. I just want to say just how casually Sunny goes to stab her. We gotta assume as his alter ego Omori that he got so used to using a knife to fight with no consequences that he probably didn't even bother to think how dangerous this is since he's in IRL Zone Act 1 now. Checking on Basil, he says he's fine and as much as he puts on a smile, is 100% faking it. We try to convince him to hang out with us, but he says he can't as his grandma isn't feeling well, so we do the very least we can and walk him to his house. Dropping him off, he starts fidgeting. And he yells that we don't go. He talks about when we were all friends, he used to take photos of everyone and had the photo book. Basil reveals that Aubrey stole the book and Kel swears that we'll find it. So what else do we do but go to start looking for it? I'm lying, we're gonna explore. Remember that one quest I said we'd do earlier? It involves feeding this cat fish. Do it every day and we'll finish it. Very simple but huge payoff. Before we go investigating though, let's talk about the music. Faraway Town has this theme, finding shapes of the clouds, which sounds like exploring an old area for the first time again, as it's what we're doing. It's full of wonder and intrigue and, most importantly, happiness. Even if it is just houses and streets, it feels alive and like there's something new we can find or something new to do around every corner.
What the Did that even happen? What? What?
For the most part, Sunny is hanging out with his friend Kel and is probably having a spark of happiness in there for the first time in a while since Mari's probably at college with Hiro and Sunny has been just stuck inside for years.
Puberty, am I right?
Like honestly and truly tell me that Headspace doesn't feel a little off or feels as exciting as far away. The park is a theme where we used to play with a nice relaxing piano and another thing that fits in really nicely. It sounds like fun. Just reliving memories of fun memories and all the times you spent here with the gang. Almost hopeful in a sense, like you'll be able to relive or recreate these memories again. We really gotta speak about Kel. I can tell some people find him annoying in Headspace, but I love him. He's a goofball who cares and always keeps a sporty spirit about him while doing things boys do like digging in the trash. Now switch to real world Kel. He's matured now, not as jumpy but still goofy and gives it his all and jumps at any chance to help another, with Basil being bullied and Kel immediately running to the rescue. Kel even goes out of his way to make sure Sunny's last days in Faraway aren't horrible. He wants to make sure he has fond memories before he leaves, and goddamn, I love Kel! Okay, enough dick riding Kel onto the story. We find one of Aubrey's friends near the spot they were hanging out at named Charlie. She's quiet and doesn't really like fighting or confrontation in general. So instead of talking to us, she smacks a tree which reveals Angel, who is the exact opposite. He calls Sunny Knife Guy, which is just plain rude. Sunny only stabs someone once. He won't speak about where Aubrey is unless we fight him. God, I love beating up children. He says the bare minimum, which leads Kel to resort to blackmail. He peed himself at summer camp once, what a loser. This scares him into telling us to go to his master, the Maverick. Kel realizes just that weird kid Mike. Jesus, okay, the Maverick.
You don't have to raise your voice.
We have to fight him again for his location, or we can use blackmail again. Blackmail is always favorable. The Maverick's on a fountain date with two girls, which just gets pure disgust out of Kel.
Nah, bro, that's still gay. No, you're gay. He's gay. I'm not gay. He's gay.
We leave to go see the Maverick. He's just covered in hoes, so we gotta make this quick. Kel asks the Maverick where Aubrey is, but starts to piss off Michael by calling him his name, which prompts another fight. He's harder than Angel, but still gets curb stomped. He taunts Kel through the entire fight though, so damage boosting isn't making it any harder. Yeah, the gimmick here is that he spews lines like improbable, impossible, and now this isn't the main event. What happens next? This is the stuff. He attempts to go Super Saiyan 3 and he attempts to activate Super Saiyan 3 and accidentally activates Super Virgin 3 and drives off the 2 girls he paid to hang out with him. The Maverick's such an amazing character only due to how much of a super loser he is. Kel's right, this isn't going anywhere.
You thought you'd never see me again, didn't you? Well, too bad! I'm alive!
We catch Kim and Vance mid-shoplift and hold more blackmail of them shoplifting over them. God, no one talks about how much Kel just blackmails in this game. They get caught as everyone was making commotion and they run away. We decide to follow, but Kel brings a backup ransom. Candy. Where we got the money from. Outside, Kim and Vance are talking like they have low blood sugar problems since they didn't get candy and gave up on their Sugar Star Planetarium dreams. Kel then comes in like a crack dealer to a recently recovered addict with candy in exchange for info on Aubrey's whereabouts. The siblings decide to stay strong against our illustrious bag of candy, no matter how sweet Kel's voice whispers and tingles their ears. Kel decides that he has to pull out all the stops now, and starts begging Kim to take the bag and tell us where Aubrey is. You know, for a small suburban town, we are having plenty of trouble searching for Aubrey. After mentioning Taffy, they say we have to fight. God damn it, why does everyone want to fight? Oh, well, that answers that question, I guess. Now, in canon, we lose a fight. There's an achievement and all, but I could totally kick their ass if I wasn't doing this for lore accuracy. We get our asses whooped, and one final bit of begging from Kel convinces them to tell us. She's at the church. Now, taking it back from this info, we talk about how weird it is that she's at the church. First off, we need to get Kel a first aid kit. Huh, they look mildly important. At the church, we still feel skeptical, but Kim didn't lie to us. She's inside here and sitting on a pew. Surprisingly, Sunny takes the first strides in. There's no turning back now. We sit in the pew behind her to not make a bunch of commotion. Mari is dead. It's what made Sunny hide in his house, what made the group drift, and why Aubrey's at church. This is the real fight with Aubrey. Aubrey's theme, It Means Everything, is a moody song filled with rage, anxiety, and loneliness. During the fight, we can hear the bystanders gossiping about Aubrey, how unladylike it is to dress like that, how she brought a bat into the church, how sinners like her don't deserve to be in this place of worship. It gets really intense, and it's all against Aubrey, which is only adding to her emotions. Aubrey is angry. Angry that her friends deserted her in her worst moments. Angry how they decided to randomly appear back into her life and got pissed at her. Angry at everything. She hasn't moved past Mari dying and doesn't know how. It's festered inside of her for the past 4 years, only making her angrier. She tries to come to terms but can't, since it's not just Mari's passing that still drags her down, but her old friends not being there in her eyes, so she ends up here with us fighting her, as it's the only thing that's worked for her the past few years, judging by her other friends always wanting to fight. This really drags Sunny's situation down to earth and what he's in. Everyone has changed in the 4 years past, and he's not prepared for any of it. Hell, her hair is completely pink if you want to understand that change has happened. This fight is something neither party wants. Aubrey wants to be left alone from the people that she thinks abandoned her. She can't understand how quickly they moved on and doesn't know what to do. She thinks Kel didn't care with how he moved on so quickly, and thinks Sunny is a weak weirdo for being in his own bubble for 4 years after she died. Kel and Sunny just want the book back since Aubrey's supposedly been bullying their old friend Basil and stole the book, but now? I don't feel that's the entire story. This fight is, as the song says, it means everything. To Aubrey, these feelings are everything to her, and being what she thought was left behind left her with everything she had left. After the fight ends, nobody won. Aubrey's in an emotional disarray now, we just feel worse. Walking out, it's now noon, and going by Aubrey's house, she throws away something. Kel isn't all that different from Headspace Kel as he goes fist first in the trash can and emerges with a photo book. Before we head to Basil's, let's look for about a paragraph worth of content. At the park, we can find a girl swooning over someone. I wonder who. God damn it, it's the Maverick again. Talking with him, he challenges Kel to a race. What a loser. Also, there's a pair of boys here. Historians will call them great friends. Ah, the paragraph. Splendid. But wait, you hear that? That's right, the music changed again. This track is See You Tomorrow. Somehow, without even saying a word, it encapsulates the perfect feeling of today was fun. We're tired, but tomorrow we'll do it all again. See you tomorrow. Especially the beginning, it's wonderful. Almost sad in a way, but still having that childlike nature to it. Melancholic. Of all the tracks roaming around far away, this is definitely my favorite one. Speaking of the other songs, they're all connected in some way. Finding Shapes in the Clouds, Where We Used to Play, and See You Tomorrow. These are all things kids do and say. It's small details like this that give me life, since Sunny is still mentally 12, judging from the past 4 years being him just sleeping away as a 12-year-old in his dreams with his friends the same age they were and Mari being alive. All these nostalgic pieces just feel this nice but melancholic warmth, since this is the first time in 4 years since anyone's seen Sunny aside from his mom, and it's all gone to hell. And in 3 days, it won't matter. Sunny will move and far away would just be a large but fond memory. It's moments like these where it's noon and I'm just sitting here that really gets me. Alright, time to bite the bullet. Let's talk about Mari. Mari died around 4 years ago, so it's still a recent and tragic memory for all. It's probably why Sunny is inside doing nothing but dream. I know this is like the third time I said it, but just hear me out. Mari is there and rarely ever steps a foot off her picnic blanket. She's safe there, and even if it's unhealthy as hell, it's how Sunny is coping with the trauma. This will be talked about tenfold as it's a crucial and major plot point, but we'll put a pin in it for now, like with Aubrey, until we get a bigger picture like hero side of the story. Finally, heading to Basil's house, Kel knocks on the door with a loud and proud face. Somebody else opens the door and reveals that they're Polly, Basil and his grandma's caretaker. Basil creeps from the corner and seems genuinely surprised that we're here, or nervous. Kel tells him we got the book back and he seems to be happy about it. Going in, Kel talks about how it's been a minute since he's been inside and notices the growth in plants since last time. Kel gets reminded about the book and proposes we look through it to the hesitation of Basil. Looking through these photos, we can see it's just Headspace photos, but in real life with some extra goodies. Kel realizes that some photos are missing and assumes that Aubrey kept some for herself, then excitedly starts speaking about Hero and how he'll be the taller brother this year. Kel tells Basil that we'll get the missing photos before Polly comes by and asks one of us boys for help with the helpiest helper going to help.
It's Kel, he's the helper.
We're in free control now and we talk to Basil. Talk in huge quotations as we just stare at him and freak him out even if he says it's nice to see us again.
Why is Chubby here staring at me? Focusing.
As nothing in the front is interesting, we explore the back. In Basil's room is his camera, albeit dusty. There's also some sunny flowers. The joke is that sunflower... Going to the room on the opposite end is his grandma's room. Next to her is a white egret orchid. In the language of flowers, it symbolizes the phrase, "My thoughts will follow you into your dreams." It seems Sunny still retains plenty of flower facts from Basil even after all these years. Basil walks in and sees us, surprised that we're even in here. He starts getting quiet, awkward, and nervous. He asks us how we're doing, but Sunny just stares at him. He mentions that it's been 4 years already and it's nice to see him again, even if it is for a short amount of time. He gives Sunny the photo album and trusting that we'll use it more than him. After this talk with Basil, Kel yells for us since dinner's ready. Before we eat though,
I'm going to do it!
That's right, music discussion. In Headspace, there's a theme for Basil's house called A Home for Flowers and it's cheerful and upbeat with plenty of life in it. If you listen to the Tulip version, Basil's house in the real world has the empty version. Compared to Tulip, empty is just sad and well, empty. The once happy and caring Basil has turned into a scared and nervous wreck of a person, and the mood of his house reflects it in his songs. Walking to the table, we sit down and sweet Christ, Kel is a gross ass eater. He talked with Polly about how excited he is to see Hero before mentioning how we have the photo book now. Basil says he thought Sunny should have it, which prompts Kel to drop a bombshell on Basil. Sunny's moving soon, and he thought that's why he gave him the book. Up to this point, Basil hadn't heard a thing about Sunny moving, and upon finding out, He excuses himself from the table and has a mild jog until he bursts into a sprint. We follow him to the bathroom. Inside, he's chanting to himself, everything is gonna be okay. Around Basil is a black web fading in and out, which is literally eating him alive. Leaving the bathroom, Kel says it's time we go home, not before giving Polly's address if she needs any help. Walking outside, it's night. No new music either, it's just the ambience of night and the cars driving by. I'm kind of glad, but also mildly disappointed there is no music, but it makes sense. Have you ever had music in your head when you're just walking at night? Almost never, it's usually during the day when you're having fun. Pray to God someone gets what I'm talking about, or else I would just sound schizophrenic. Kel walks us to our house like a true gentleman and thanks us for hanging out with him, besides all the trouble the day had. He tells us that he'll be back in the morning since Hero's coming by tomorrow, and he wishes us a good night's sleep. Kel's a real homie. Inside, the house is infested with spiders. We grab a knife for protection and cut the webs away. Before the stairs is something's eyes and a door that wasn't there prior. Going up the stairs, we're attacked by legs of spiders, temporarily hindering us. At the top is something, before fading away and then turning into Mari's ghost. This is something disguised as arachnophobia, shaped like a spider with a stinger. Like earlier, it's worthless fighting it until it speaks to us. Hearing this, we remember how to focus. Once we do, the battle ends and we see the bug that spread the sphere attack. If we go back to the door from earlier, it isn't there. Checking the fridge. Okay, quick word. Every time I play this game, that fridge scare gets me so damn bad. I expect it every time and it still makes me jump. I won't be cheap, here's a freebie. If we check the mirror, we can see something, if only for a second. With nothing else to do, we go to bed and cap off an eventful day.
Finally, a good night's sleep.
Back in Whitespace again, something has changed. Nothing physical, but the music has. It's a slower piano with a somber sound to it. It's a nice change to show change is indeed happening. Nothing else is in here for us, so we head out the door again. If I was a bitch! Stabbing ourselves wakes us up again and adds some secrets. The thing that was eating Basil is in our room, like a memory of fear, and our familiar monster or something in front of where the door was earlier. Besides that, nothing's here, so we drift off again and... Wait a second. Analyze this frame from earlier. I am being so damn serious, I have never noticed this white figure here. Looks neat though, real tall. Yet again, there's nothing else for us here, so we head out the door again to look for Basil and hang out with our friends.